fire, fire, fire. OF models are getting creepier? Faking Down syndrome? Bro, that's cultural appropriation. What the hell is this? That's so fucked up. No, like, actually, that's so bad. Why is this a thing? We went from, like, anything for views to, like, Down syndrome is a culture now? Okay, sorry, this is stolen valor.
This one officially puts us, actually, in hell.
Stolen chromosomes. You guys are terrible. Can you stop?
Hi, my name is Cindy.
I'm trying to be serious.
Welcome back to hell. And
Stolen
as per
valor.
usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. So everybody, I have once again been on the internet and have found some things that I wish I could delete from my memory. And because I am in fact your mama bird, I am going to once again vomit this terrible information into your faces.
Thank you.
I'm just feeding my little baby birds, which is all of you.
I've seen some fucked up shit where people are into the girls with Down syndrome and also into girls that are little people. Yeah. Yeah. There's a market for everything, apparently.
I honestly feel a little bit bad for anybody who's new here, and this might be the first video that they're watching, and it's me talking about vomiting into their mouth. So it's a bird reference. It's a bird. I'm the mama bird. You're the baby birds. And the vomit is news. It's news vomit.
Thank
so
you.
I made a video very recently where I expressed the opinion that spicy content, particularly that which is posted on OF, is only going to get more and more extreme and psychotic as time wears on. Once again, OF being the website that is dedicated to singular fans, if you know what I mean. But I think as of late particularly, that point and that belief is being proved right over and over again. The last time I talked about this, I used the example of mattress actress Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue being locked in a competition of sorts to one-up the other. And
I still don't understand how people are totally okay with the stunt that they did. I'm not talking about the one where they shove a bunch of, you know, they did the backdoor dance a bunch of times, and then one of them had to get surgery. I'm talking about the stunt that they did with, oh, you turned 18 and you're in college? You should pork me. That kind of thing. I was like, bro.
And Bonnie Blue was trying to play—
Like, you're actually preying on, like, you're grooming kids, like, essentially.
hide the sausage with teenage boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sleeping with 23 barely legal 18-year-olds.
So come and get me on my knees and let me celebrate you getting into uni, boys.
I think I just took psychic damage. I hate that so much.
I don't like this. Why are we this way? The whole thing was
Anything for views, man. Anything for views.
extremely weird, and honestly, I've tried to block it out. Actually, our friend Lily Phillips has gone viral again just in the last couple weeks for saying she started watching adult content at age 11 and believes that other young children should also watch this too.
What do you mean? Porn isn't good for your fucking brain. It's not. It's literally proven. It damages you psychologically. It's like doing a weed when you're 13. It's bad. It's bad for your brain. It's like an actual study. Like, it's not a joke. It's not like oh, this might be doing something. It's like actually proven.
To learn.
This explains so much.
I think you should be learning from it from that age. I do.
Bro, when I was 11, I didn't even know what a penis was. Like, actually, unironically. I didn't know about it until like my parents were forced to basically say like, hey, the health ed is like coming to school and they have to like teach you stuff. We're gonna explain you a little bit, and it was really awkward and I fucking hated it. Yeah, I didn't know what a pee-pee was. Like, I actually didn't.
do believe that, because that's when you start to think about things like that.
But learn
No, you don't. When I was 11, I played with little fucking toys and I played video games. Like, what?
learning
Maybe
I
not
thought boys were gross.
via
learning-
pornography.
Yeah, maybe not learning from pornography, but I do think understanding it more from that age would be helpful.
That's
You're not even a teenager. We had sex ed at grade 4? That's fucked up. Grade 4 is so early. No, I completely disagree. No, I thought boys were gross until I hit puberty, and then like, you know, biology kicks in and you're like, huh, boys are kind of interesting, but they're still kind of gross. That's just how it is.
that's gonna be a no from me there, champ. Although I can't say that I'm so surprised to hear this from the woman who recently did the backdoor challenge. I
We talked about this on stream.
did tell you guys this is the Hell Gondola, and we are in fact on it. Or in it, if you're one of the people who thinks it's the suspended air version. Anyway, it's very clear for all to see that there is an acceleration in the amount of spicy content being posted online. And like I've already mentioned previously, in this quest to carve out more market share on these spicy platforms, the type of content being made and posted is only getting more and more extreme. But it's also getting really, really specific, and it's being made in such a way that it targets specific adult interests, if you will.
What?
And as AI is getting better and more sophisticated,
Wait, what?
we have officially entered a very, very disturbing period of time. Like, more so than usual. I know we've been here for a while. In my recent travels of the internet, I came across this article from back in mid-March headlined, "People are using AI to create influencers with Down syndrome who sell nudes."
This is what I was talking about, the stolen valor. Can we stop using spicy? Yeah, we can stop using spicy when YouTube stops being fucking dumb. Guys, just for those that don't understand, she has to use coded language because YouTube will literally destroy and obliterate this video. Sometimes you can get like banned for it too. Yeah, just to keep that in mind. I don't like it either. I don't like using coded language. I think it's dumb as fuck, but like you have to do it.
Yes, this is happening, and no, it's not a joke. But if nothing else, this is the complete encapsulation of what it means to live in 2025. I actually noticed this happening myself over the last 2 months or so, where these videos
Oh my god, this is so cringe.
started popping up all over my Instagram feed, and I genuinely thought I was going mad. Many of these accounts have thousands of followers and tons of interaction, although I am guessing that the followers have been purchased.
Oh my god, I had to. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god.
So I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Do with that information what you will. But the content being posted is hypersexualized with hypersexualized captions, and almost all of this is being linked back to explicit.
Can I just. Is it not true that people with Down syndrome don't develop past a certain IQ? Like, you actually, like, I'm not being mean, by the way, when I say this, because I actually had to research, like, genetics and stuff at like, college. They have a certain mental age. So, like, there's, like, a weird fetish thing going on with people that fetishize this kind of thing and, like, using this as, like, a sexy thing.
Adult content websites. Now, admittedly, when I first started seeing these videos myself, I thought this was a filter because they're getting very, very, very good. But then I dug a little deeper and I found that as the aforementioned article explains, this Down syndrome face, these features, are part of the general practice
Holy
of
shit!
stealing
Put
real
that
people's
away!
content and
Holy
replacing the
fuck!
faces with AI-generated faces. Like this
Oh
video,
my
for example,
God!
showing a sexualized woman who appears to have Down syndrome, but this is the actual woman who made the original video. Or
Dude, AI is getting really good.
sometimes it just becomes AI inception because I think this one woman is not real. I think she's AI made. But then they've gone ahead and given her a Down syndrome appearance as well. And
Oh, so she didn't do that? Wait, that's fucked up. I thought the influencer did that. So people are actually taking influencers' work and they're putting the Down syndrome filter on it. So they probably got a lot of hate if that wasn't them doing it.
this is bizarrely common. I just want to know who's
Oh.
captioning these videos. Syndrome is down, but peach booty is up. I don't know if that's peach booty. I'm gonna say peach booty because that's what that means to me. Down syndrome
Strong.
doesn't mean I can't give you what you want. Who is writing these?
It's clever marketing, man, because the people who are dumb as fuck will be like, oh yeah, I need a goon to this. And the people who are smart gets filtered. They're like, oh, this is dumb. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a filter. Like a filter within a filter.
I don't know, guys. I've definitely told you about some questionable stuff during my travels of the internet over the years, but this is just... Stop the world! I want to get off. You know, I'm sure that there are a bunch of things that all of us would like to stop, particularly in our personal lives, like debt, which is why today's video is sponsored by PDS Debt. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think owing any amount of money is very stressful. I would know. I am still literally paying off my student loans. And I don't even have a
she's
cool
like
medical
30.
degree.
Holy
But for
shit.
everyday hardworking people, being crushed by debt is debilitating. And it's on your mind all the time. But the good news is
True.
there is a way for you to take control and take your life back, thanks to PDS Debt. PDS has helped tens of thousands of people with all sorts of debts. Credit card, personal loans, medical bills. They go beyond the raw numbers to understand your personal financial situation and then design a personalized plan specifically
PDS.
for you. Like I said,
PDS.
I genuinely do have quite a substantial amount in student loans, and thankfully I'm on a plan to pay that back in Australia. But if that debt was here in the US, it is very comforting to know that PDS Debt would be there to help me if I needed it. There is no minimum credit score
Scam.
required,
I wouldn't
and your
say that,
initial
man.
assessment is absolutely free. And if you're skeptical, PDS is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, so they aren't some random schmoes up the road. They also have a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. So if you too
Ooh.
want to take control of your life and your debt, then click the link in the description, scan the QR code on screen, or go to pdsdebt.com/Sydney to get your free assessment. That's pdsdebt.com.
Why do they call it PDS? I keep thinking it's something else, bro.
Anyway, when I first started looking into this, I was fully convinced that I was just gonna dunk on some OF girls and then go on my merry way. But the longer that I looked, the weirder all of this got and the more rabbit holes that I found, and I've just come to the conclusion that the internet is a mistake. As you can
True.
probably guess, as the
Holy
creation
shit.
of these AI-generated people and faces has gotten better and better,
There's an entire Instagram, like, algorithm now that recommends you fake women. They're not even real anymore. How is this allowed?
it's opened up a lot of money-making avenues. And so people have started making profiles that cater to really specific adult interests, if you know what I mean. Which again, all
Excuse
link
me,
back to
what?
payment platforms like Patreon and this new one called FanView. And actually, fun
Oh my
fact,
God, another
OF
one.
has some strict rules around using AI on its platform. It bans deep fakes, doesn't allow purely AI-generated content, and you can't use real people and edit them without their permission. So once again, do with this information what you will.
Huh.
And as a bit of an aside, the AI-generated
W, I
fetish
guess.
content gets really specific and really weird. This account, for example, is full of complete
I was literally about to say, do they have amputees, like people with no like lower body completely, or like actually no legs? Chat, there's so many people that are into this shit. It's insane. Like, actually.
AI generated images of amputees because apparently
There's not that many that are hot, I guess.
that is an adult interest people have. I guess they like.
Bro, this world is so fucked up. We're so fucked. We are so fucked. Oh my god, man. When's the rapture, man? What is going on, man? Wait, what? Did you just... This guy, man, gave 100 clams where I'm talking about fetish amputee porn. Mukron, thank you for the 100, man. Why don't feminists cancel this? Because they have to cancel everyone else before they start digging into this kind of thing. He gave 69 earlier? Bro. You are insane! Dude, what if this guy's into amputees? He's like, yes, thank you for bringing this to light. I'm gonna puke. Good old-fashioned stump job. I hate that you typed it in my chat and someone's probably into it too. You're right. That's fucked up that you typed that, but you know what? You're probably correct. And the apocalypse needs to happen soon.
Like nubs. I mean, silver lining to all of you who are missing limbs right now. Apparently you're sitting on a bit of a gold mine.
No, you have to be hot. If you're an ugly amputee, no one gives a shit. You have to be hot. None of the amputees in the pictures are not hot.
Lose an arm? Fields of diamonds. Even luckier for those of you with backwards facing feet. Okay, what am I
The pinky's fricked up too, bro.
looking at here?
I wonder if, like, people who are into feet are into this. Probably not, because I read somewhere that they're not into fucked up feet. That's like a separate there's a separate subgenre of, like, people who are into fucked up feet. They're only into, like, nice feet, and then there's, like, another one that was just, like, a subsector.
As expected, this particular Instagram account links to a payment platform and the subscription platform Patreon, where it has 500 subscribers. Here are the Ampute Girl fantasies brought to us by AI. Perfect English.
You don't even have to try, man.
No notes. 29 people are paying for this, and I don't know what to do with that information. So obviously, it's
29
not like
too many.
people having really, really obscure and specific and weird adult interests is even a new thing. What can I—
Yeah, I mean, look at furry artists. Yeah, like, there have been so many cases of people that I knew, like, in the past that are good at drawing, and then they got offered, like, $300 for a commission for furry stuff, and they're like, huh, you know, maybe furries aren't that bad. They have a lot of money for some reason.
I say, we've all been picking on the feet people for long enough. There was almost a reward for you all for being here, but then I realized that feet are hideous. When I was looking into this topic, I found entire Reddit threads of OF women discussing
Rego porn.
how much money they make posting videos and images to the platform while pregnant.
I mean, Chacha has a pregnancy toggle. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
There was even an article from 2022 that discussed a young British mother making almost $15,000 a month for posting videos of herself pumping breast milk.
I'm gonna puke.
Someone even offered her $100,000 to breastfeed him. Just
5 down payments for a house to breastfeed a motherfricker. Are we Are we for real right now? Can the meteor hit the Earth, please, and like take me out first?
Taking mummy issues to a whole new level. Some of you might even remember a woman I discussed a while ago called Diana Dietz, who went by the username
this
Coconut
one.
Kitty, who would make spicy content and edit her face to look extremely young. She was accused of fan of the playground baiting and eventually ended her time here on this planet back in 2023. Sorry for all the euphemisms.
She offed herself?
YouTube is a pain in the butt. So all of this, both online
Dude, that's sad, man. What? Like, actually?
and offline, has been around for a very long time.
I
Where
didn't know
there
about
is an
that.
audience, there will always be people to service it. But now, with advancements in AI and other technology, we are entering some very awful territory. While I was looking into this, there was a part of me that thought that maybe some women are involved in this and using their content to basically capitalize on this fetish for people who have Down syndrome. But now I am more or less convinced that this is a group of
this
people
planet.
or groups of people making fake women to extort money out of other people who are probably more than likely men. And here's why I say that. These accounts, these profiles, personas, all exist in what I can only describe as clusters. There will be these groupings of similar accounts, usually with some sort of similar name,
This is so bad.
and all the same stolen content, feeding back to
I may have Down syndrome, but I still make you sweat.
either Telegram or, like I've mentioned, money-raising platforms and spicy platforms like FanView. Fun fact, FanView actually allows for AI-generated content if it is marked as such, which is terrible. When these accounts get banned, particularly on Instagram, they pop right back up with a new handle and new information.
That's
Two
TikTok,
of the biggest
though.
accounts that you've probably seen floating around are called Maria Dopari and Truly Special Girl. Both accounts have been deleted from Instagram but keep coming back like a disease. As the article I referenced earlier pointed out, after its deletion, the Maria Dopari account followed several other similar accounts with similar names that all posted the same stolen content but with slightly different Down syndrome faces on the stolen videos. I was able to find the Maria Dopari X account and saw exactly this in action. These videos are supposed
Chat. What? Would it be morally correct to go into this kind of thing if she was actually with Down syndrome? Or is it still bad? Like, I know there's people who would still be into it. No, I wouldn't tell anyone. Like, if she was actually, like, she had a disability, would you still go into her? It's strange. No, absolutely not. Still bad. I won't tell. Aren't they mentally toddlers? Yes, apparently some are. Yeah. Yeah. Bad but different flavor. Yeah, dude. Wow, chat, you're such ableist. Yeah, exactly. This is terrible. Like, what is going on with this earth?
to be the same woman, but as you can see, sometimes she has different AI edited facial features. And the same story goes for a Truly Special Girl, who is one of 5 accounts all posting the same AI altered content. So, it is diabolical.
Instagram is full of AI anyway. I prefer women who have all their limbs. I'm glad you shared that. Thank you for the 25. I mean, morally speaking, I would feel better about people gooning to someone who's actually real. Like, but at the same time, it's not that much better because someone with Down syndrome, like, you have a disability. Like, some of them are kind of like kids, like, mentally speaking. Like, it's still bad, dude.
create a fake Down syndrome woman and then name her account Truly Special Girl. I'm not gonna lie, this is some bold stuff. Like, between the profile names and the psycho on the nose captions, whoever is doing this is going to hell. Stuff like this kind of makes me lose faith in humanity. Once again, during my travels on the internet, I found this same theme and this same pattern over and over and over again. One of the new clusters that has popped up recently is this persona called Liliana, and it's still quite small, so we'll see how this goes. This one, to me, is especially weird.
Wait, she suddenly, like, what?
Because the videos posted go from pretty normal TikTok dancing lady content to abruptly turning into AI-generated Down syndrome.
I have Down syndrome. I can make you up. Yeah, she caught the Downs. Someone in chat, she caught the Down syndrome. That's not how it works, man.
Syndrome face. Like, this one video shows a normal lady, and then the very next video is the AI generated Down syndrome features. And it's like,
oh my god,
they're not even trying to hide it. It's also worth noting that I'm pretty sure that this woman isn't real either, so do with that what you will. Alarmingly, it's actually getting kind of hard to tell what is AI face and what is just someone filtering themselves into oblivion. Thankfully, you guys never have to worry about that with me. I'm ugly on purpose. A friendship.
Me too.
Okay, but seriously, I really like how whoever created this account decided that this woman would develop a serious chromosomal condition overnight. Yeah, they did that. Whoever made the Liliana persona went ahead and made another account that is...
Well, it's a trend. Like, that's what they're hopping on. Because clearly, look at the views. Look at the view increase. She was getting like 1,000 maybe, like a couple thousand. Now she's getting 100,000, 50,000, 10,000.
Exclusively
it's
videos
working
with the Down syndrome features. And all of these videos have gotten infinitely more views. Like the others, both profiles link back to an Instagram that exclusively has the aforementioned Down syndrome face videos, except that these videos feature completely different women with very explicit captions. Interestingly, this Liliana situation doesn't link anywhere further just yet, so I'm not super sure what the play is, but there will be a play. Let me assure you. So more of the reasons why I don't think this is individual women doing this and is instead the act of scammers and spammers and whatnot has to do with Telegram, which is notoriously used by scammers. And this goes for the scammers who get in my comments and message those of you who then message me asking me if I told you to go to Telegram. No, I didn't. I don't have a Telegram.
Yeah, it's a very common scam tactic to get people to start donating to some scammer. Chat, I don't really comment on my YouTube like often, so yeah, keep that in mind.
Please don't give those people money. They are not me.
Yeah.
I would never do that to you. I try to sell you weird merchandise and tea. That's what I try to do, and I don't try to get random money from you on silly apps. So we have Telegram, which is notoriously used by scammers, but then you also have the fact that when these accounts get deleted and they come back up, they usually have new information about the woman that they're supposed to be representing. The name will change, the age will change, the location will change, basically all of the characteristics that a real person would probably want to maintain about their profile are gone. For example, the Maria Depari account recently got smacked down by Instagram, but has since popped back up under the new name Maria Vez. The new Maria Vez persona has 2 new Instagram accounts, which have conflicting ages, one saying that this creator is 21, while the other says 23. When I looked into the profiles further, I found that these accounts are all made within the last month and are based in France.
Yeah, scammers do this. This is very common. The brain emoji? Yeah, no, the brain emoji plus sparkles. I'm neurodivergent, guys.
Also changed the account's handle several times, which is abnormal for accounts that are only a month old. They also all link back to the same fan view, well, the original fan view, I should say, and the original Telegram account. I don't want to get too in the weeds on the Maria Depari situation because Truth be told, it is a bit of a rabbit hole and I found some really weird stuff, but looking into that account actually led me to finding the woman whose content is being stolen and used in this way. And yes, I reached out to her, and no, as of filming this video, she has not gotten back to me, but the whole thing there is very odd and very confusing, and if she does reply, and I can look into this a little further if you guys want.
There's no way that the government is going to do anything about it until it's too late. This is going to escalate probably in the next 10 years, and the government might finally start doing something about it. In Korea, for example, in South Korea specifically, in South Korea, if you do this kind of thing, that's like actually jail time if you prosecute someone for that.
I'll happily make a follow-up video. I actually had to ask my lovely thumbnail man, Giancarlo, if he wouldn't mind writing me a note in Spanish for her, and when I reached out to him, I was like, here's the thing, here's what I want you to write, and his response was basically just, I am so used to this from you, I'm not even gonna ask. He's a wonderful, tolerant human, so if you guys ever need any design work done, I'll link his website in the description because he's a good boy. Anyway, the other component here is that the profiles don't use the same people in the photos and videos. It's different women who are either real or who are fully AI generated. Like this Clara Valdez persona. Again, the persona's Instagram has since been
There's a Dragon Ball poster in the background!
deleted, but I found its threads and fan view accounts. Videos and images like this, I think, are fully AI generated, but as you can
yeah, you can tell. Yeah, her face movement.
see, this is just a bunch of stolen content from a bunch of different women. All of them are sexualized, and all of them are edited to look like they have Down syndrome. Now, this might be a stretch, but I find it really interesting that Maria Depari's new accounts are called Maria Vez, which feature a double Z. And the Clara account also spells its last name, Valdez, with a double Z.
Oh, so it's like one person that's like spreading out their proverbial roots and their seed. Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious why this specific issue is in fact an issue. And honestly, I think it opens the door to a bunch of different conversations. One being how people, like me to begin with, assumed that this is women making this kind of content and doing these things for clicks, which it isn't. But the more obvious conversations revolve—
It's basically a bot farm. Yeah, someone in chat already brought it up. It's like an actual bot farm, because what happens, for example, in MMOs that you play is that smart bot people will not just make one really good bot. They spread it out so that if one gets banned, they can just take the place, and like it doesn't really stop. You have to like wave ban everyone.
Around why AI is being used in this way, the victims who are having their content stolen and used like this,
money, man,
and how disabilities are being sexualized like this, because apparently there's a market for it. It is worth noting that—
why is there just a random male foot
on social
what the
media,
hell?
There are several notable people who have Down syndrome who do make content about their lives and their experiences and all this fun stuff, and they've generated quite large followings of people who are just happy to see them succeed and live their lives. But that's obviously not remotely what we're seeing right now, and this AI generated stuff in this context is extremely sinister. To be clear here, we are not talking about people exploring their quirks in some consensual way. We're talking about scammers and creeps using AI to exploit real women by stealing their content, slapping hypersexualized, fetishized faces on those women, and then profiting from it on platforms like FanView and Patreon. And even worse, they're targeting vulnerable communities, people with disabilities and other things who already face enough stigma without being turned into some gross fantasy for profit.
I can imagine this might even translate into like people who are just normal Down syndrome content creators into people being like, hey, when are you gonna make an OnlyFans? And they're like, I'm never gonna do it. And they're gonna be like, why not?
Reality is that AI is getting better every day, and I think with that comes a degree of responsibility to use it ethically.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the entire degree. But instead, we've got people out here creating personas like Marie Depari and Truly Special Girl, and using, once
Truly.
again, stolen content to make a profit while exploiting vulnerable communities and, in a way, almost mocking them. Ultimately, I am of the opinion that AI can and will be a great tool when used responsibly in the correct contexts. And an offshoot like this, for example, has a lot of very destructive capabilities for individuals and society as a whole. People already, when it comes to AI, have a really hard time distinguishing real faces from AI faces. And
If you told me that this was AI, I wouldn't have believed you. That's what's fucked up about this. I literally wouldn't be able to tell unless there was like some sort of fucked up glitch that made it obvious.
even I have to admit, in this case, a lot of these videos got me. I was like,
I'm creating Alana Vasquez. Are you gonna put like a Down syndrome filter on my fucking character? I will end you. Don't joke about that, man.
I'm not super sure what I'm looking at here.
Slow
And so
Lana.
that in and of
Chat, I already am slow. Like you can't say that.
itself is a pretty alarming thing to consider, that we are having a hard time deciphering what's real and what's AI. So in the end, as long as we have AI and this type of application with deep fakes and AI generated faces, I do not see this issue going away or lessening anytime soon. And honestly, I do actually foresee this issue getting worse as time progresses, especially as AI gets more sophisticated and people have a harder and harder time distinguishing real from fake. Now, on that very happy and pleasant note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder: check out PDS Debt using the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen.
I hate this so much, and you want to know why this is happening is because people are giving them money. This wouldn't work. This wouldn't be a thing with scammers if it didn't work. People always say, oh, Alana, why are Indian scammers and call centers and people who scam in India and Bangladesh, why are they still around? They're so obvious. And I'm like, it's because they actually make money. And even with people shutting them down, they still work. It's a mafia. It pays, exactly.
This is something that you have issue with,
This
it's worth
works.
checking out and getting your free assessment. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? I am very curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Are you on my side of this issue where you think this is creepy and wrong for a multitude of reasons? Are you on the other side of this issue where you just don't really see this as that big of a
this
deal?
is a
It's
problem.
maybe the natural progression of AI. This is a way of creating this kind of content without really hurting anybody. I disagree with that personally, but do you potentially think that? Do you
From a moral standpoint, I think you are abusing the fact that people have a fetish on the disability of people, and the fact that you're using people who are normal also affects the normal people who didn't do anything wrong other than like doing these fucking OF like, you know, baity TikToks, and then taking that and making them look worse than they actually are. It's so bad, man.
think that it's predatory to do this to people who have disabilities? Do you think it's weird to be stealing people's content and putting someone else's face on top of it? Do you think this is normal? Do you think it's abnormal? Do you think it's setting us down a road that is going to get worse over time? Or
It
do you
will.
think that this will eventually peter out and kind of just go away? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made
It's
it this
gonna
far
get
in the video,
worse.
congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Of course, I hope you wonderful pretty people stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little squidgy faces in the next video.
Aww. Aw, how sweet. Squidgy faces. She said I'm pretty. You are pretty, chat. You pretty. Oh, that was something else, man. That's fucked up. That is fucked up indeed.
Fire, 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 fire.